And Cooke getting very comfortable. Very relaxed out there, hey? Thought how comfortable he looked on the table in the last time he was with us. Didn't realise he was so relaxed. Get the slippers out, Cookie.
Narrow cut break. Often gets the 8-ball moving, but doesn't necessarily generate the power through the pack, as coming a little wider. Reason being, you're catching that second ball down, that yellow, as you could see there on the replay. You're catching it thinner. The thinner you catch it, the less power that you're hitting it with that goes actually through the pack, and you often get messy layouts like this with a narrower cut break.
But knowing Matt and Scott and the way they like to think about the game, the way they like to practice, that will be strategy to that. They want to get that 8-ball moving. They want to play for the golden break. It's come out really congested, but I do wonder if Neil and Andy feel that they can pick this one apart.
Yeah, they fancy it. The Reds actually all have pockets. The key's going to be dealing with the transition. So let's say they deal with these 4 at the bottom and they're in perfect position. I think they're just straight enough here. Drop this in, you're on a choice of 2, but it's all about the angle you're going to leave on the red to transition from the bottom end to the top end, because all those yellows are in the way. They want to finish between those 2 reds at the top of the table. And that's what they're working out here. And he's just taking a step back, letting Neil work it out.
Yeah, it's what you get with partnerships who know each other so well, and these two really do. There is that real, almost implicit trust in each other's game that they'll make the right choice.
So they've left a straightish angle here, so they're going to try and screw up. You see where Neil's pointing now, it tells us what he's trying to do. So just screw up the left-hand side, avoid the red, avoid the 8-ball. They can't go right the way to the top of the table because they'll have too much angle. They need to leave themselves with a straightish angle or just below straight.
Just feathers the red, but I don't think that's really going to harm them too much. That's okay.
Yeah, that's a little fortunate. They really did not want to touch that red. That could have gone horribly wrong, but it's actually landed okay. Still ended up straight enough here, and they can now use the yellows on their final red to hold on the 8-ball. So a touch fortunate that for Andy.
It's very well picked apart, this. Yeah, lovely. Very, very good visit to the table. And you know it is as soon as you see an 8-ball left like this. Dolly, straight, nice and simple. That is all the hard work, the very good pattern paying off at the back end.
A little bit of luck though. That little bit of luck in the middle there. On another day, you catch it that touch fuller, and you leave yourself no shot, or you knock it onto the yellows and leave it dead. On this occasion, it landed perfect.
Matt sat up a little bit straighter now.
Yeah, less relaxed at 1-0 down, having just all a dry break to your name. Looks like it will be Matt to play now. He'll take on Andy. Andy's got a great break, by the way. He gets through the pack really well without overhitting it. Such a nice long cue action. Good background in snooker as Andy. Well, that's a commentator's curse, if ever there was one.
Yeah, nice one.
Yeah, cued it straight into the corner.
Yeah, you don't often see that from Andy, as you say. A really, really good cueist.
Yeah, pretty confident he's a maximum break snooker player.
Yeah, but as you mentioned about that long cue action, he's a big guy, is Andy, really tall man. So he's got a real sort of natural long lever to get plenty of power through the pack. Very easy power for him. On that occasion, it was the sort of precision that was erring.
Left a good layout as well. It looks a little awkward at the bottom. It's not too bad. Plenty of room for the 8-ball. Just that one yellow, if it passes, so the 2 yellows in the bottom end, the higher one of the 2, if that passes to bottom right, then this is pretty easy. even if it doesn't, it's not too bad. But that's the only real question mark is making sure you transition down nicely if you have to be on the lower one to get on the higher one. But still, just it's wide open. There's so much room. This is actually the key shot. Argument to come down now if he doesn't feel he can leave the right angle. He's left himself straight, so that's pretty good. Just had a glance at the higher one of the two, so it might go. If not, you've got to screw down and get fairly straight on the one below it. Can't afford to have lots of angle either way. May have gone a roll further than ideal. Straight, it's over. But if he's got that turn, hasn't he, going towards the other yellow?
Can he just track through and avoid it?
Yeah, and he could take it the opposite way around. If he's got too much angle, he might have to play a little bump into it, just delicately, almost just to reach the yellow, and then you can't go wrong. But if he can drop it in and slide by it, he'll take it the opposite way. It'd be no problem as well. Oh yeah, he's fine. No problem here whatsoever. No, say no problem, as he left just a touch too much angle. Would love to a roll less on the last one, a roll more on this one.
So that's come on and off, and he's played it really, really well. Lovely shot. Two excellent finishes to start off this match. Slightly different feel to this game than there was in the last, where every player played a shot in every frame. Well, this one has been pretty brutal. You mess up your break, well, the other team's going to clear up.
Yeah, I was thinking that. You get the number one player and the former number one player off the table, and the finishes start flying. That's the way the game's gone. Scott Yardley with a break this time. He's going with a cut break as well. Not quite as narrow, but still a fairly narrow cut break. It gets the 8 ball flying.
And that's a better hit, certainly, than the last one that was hit by Matt Cooke. I have a suspicion, and it is only a suspicion, that it will be reds the choice for Scott Yardley here. So would I be correct?
Yeah, it's a pretty good layout on reds as well. The reds at the top, they look awkward. They're not. There's one right in the middle of the triangle area. If you can drop this in and play on that one, then great. If not, that's the only one that needs any attention. So it does still need some attention. Can play on it now, but might leave a slightly awkward angle on it, really. Let's see how straight he is on this next shot. There was definitely an argument to say you could have played into the red and yellow there. Maybe made things a little bit easier. Yeah, that's not ideal. Too much angle here. And now it's going to be hard to use the one in the triangle area to get up the table. So I think it was a mistake not trying to play on that one. You were straight enough before to get onto it. It would have left a potentially poor angle, but you could have got all the room in the world to use a cushion or two to get back into good shape. And the connection from the bottom of the table to the top of the table is now gone. But he's causing himself work here, the way he's gone about this. He's in trouble. Can he see the one directly, the middle one of the three together at the top? If he can, then he can still go here.
One thing I would say is everything you said is absolutely correct. But I think he's also taken on the finish with a degree to having quite a large insurance policy top right at the table.
I don't think you think about that, though, if you're in his position. I just think he's, you know, okay, so he could get to that one, so he's still got a chance here. I think this sort of layout was primed that you go reds at the bottom, connection to the top, and you're out. And you're not really thinking about what happens if you miss. Although I do agree with you, if he had missed early, having taken the set, he wasn't leaving anything on yellows.
And the bump that he played last time onto the red, I don't think has developed it as nicely as he would like.
Has to come down for it here. Has to come down.
It's a very good cue ball.
Yeah, that's a frame winner. What a shot that is.
That is a lovely shot from Scott Yardley.
You couldn't pick it up with your hand and put it better than that. It's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, how good is that? I mean, flawless. From the man they call Dogs. Well, that was the Dogs. I'll let you fill in the rest of that. Fantastic. From Scott Yardley, 2 shots away from securing a 2-1 lead.
This would be a delicate dead weight shot. Can't really cue this in with too much unless he wants to use the side cushion. If he wants to float it in, easy to decel. You know, I played it beautifully.
Yeah, you can definitely say that he might have made an error early on in the visit, maybe a choice of shot. I tell you what, in terms of recovery, perfect. Still got out. Lovely, lovely visit to table, and we remain flawless. 3 frames, 3 first visit clearances. 8.5 minutes to play. Who's going to blink first?
A lot of people might be watching and kind of wondering what we're talking about, really, but that's the difference between being able to play, you know, at the highest level on repeat is making those sort of finishes and actually giving yourself work. The easier you can make a layout like that, the easier it becomes to do it time and time again. And he asked himself a big question there. He was just good enough to answer it, but you can't always answer it. It took a great shot to do it. Oh, Neil. Talk about a match of opportunities. 2 breaks for Neil and Andy, and both of them in off, and both of them straight in off as well. Andy went straight in the top left-hand corner. Neil's gone straight in the left centre. Can't win matches if you're doing that. The yellow left of the 8-ball passes the red to top left. This is pretty nice because there's no work to do in terms of moving anything, breaking anything out. As long as the 8-ball passes the red to top left, you can take that yellow with freedom. You don't need that yellow to play on the 8-ball. That's kind of my point. That 8-ball has to pass, otherwise that was a mistake, because that was your connection to the 8-ball going the other way. Still wasn't the best of shots from Scott, actually. Would have liked to have been on better on one of these yellows at the bottom of the table, not having to play this one at the top. Still not ideal. They were actually really nice. I'm assuming that the 4 yellows that are left, the left-hand one I think goes to bottom left, and they were actually really nice on it after the first shot, and they chose not to take it and take the one to top left instead. Didn't land on it nicely, and now they're not nice on it again. This time they land, though. That's the shot that's going to win the frame.
And again, it's Scott Yardley playing a pinpoint cue ball. It's a lovely shot.
Don't try to be too clever though, yeah?
Absolutely died that one in.
Didn't want to go too far down the table. Yeah, straight on this, so you're not going to get behind the 8 ball by the looks of things. Might just have to... Oh, you can see where Scott was pointing, so half a turn of angle if that. There you go. Did play that previous shot with a tracer side, trying to just check it off the cushion. You'd love to have had a full turn and then you're just drifting up right behind the 8 ball. This shouldn't really be an issue.
For 3-1. Wow. Simply did not see that one coming.
Well, that's either a very, very poor miss, or that was tighter than we ever gave it credit for. And if it was tighter than it ever looked, then they went about that finish in a very strange way. If that was remotely a possibility of that being the case, then they should have dealt with the ones at the bottom and left 2 at the top of the table to get perfect on that 8 ball. That's a huge error. Huge error on the match, huge error on the night potentially.
I must say I don't love that choice of shot. I understand that they sort of feel that the frame's kind of dead in the water for them and give them a whack. Oh well. Forget all that. It's catching. Neil Raybone's thrown one in, and now all of a sudden, a makeable 8 ball.
What a gift. Okay, it's far from easy, this 8 ball, but they would have expected not to get another look in.
It's in time, and it hangs.
The difference, though, and Scott knew it, if he hangs this, that's why he didn't play it with as much pace as we see this very poor miss from Neil. Very, very poor miss from Neil. He's too good to miss that. But look where the 8 ball is now with the 2 problem reds on the table. That weren't problems when Neil had that shot onto left centre. They were just in fine position. Changes things dramatically.
Oh, it's a gamble. It's a gamble.
It's a gamble. They're going to have to play a great shot even with ball in hand to deal with 2 of those reds.
Can you find the line? Oh, we didn't miss by much.
Okay, red to left centre if it goes, or left corner with an angle to develop. You can see from the overhead it does go to the centre. Oh, he's taking it to the corner though. And he has developed the red.
Very good shot.
That one was definitely worth the gamble. And the key for Andy was he played the shot in a way where he left the one cushion wasn't available natural. Had to play that with an awful lot of side to get that tracking anywhere near the 8 ball, so it was a gamble that they had to take, really.
Yeah, and it was a gamble because Cooke missed that by about a millimetre. Any contact on that 8 ball and it's getting knocked in. .125 and ticking remaining. Scott Yardley to break next.
Do you slow this down to try and put the pressure on a break clearance? They're not really playing the beats, they're not playing the clock, they're going to get it done as quick as possible. Odds aren't in their favour, you know, you expect your opponent to make a ball.
Yeah, but you've also got to hope that he doesn't as well and give yourselves the chance. I don't mind this. Ultimately, 49 seconds left.
I don't know. I don't know in that situation what the right thing to do is. First match of the night, a draw keeps qualification in your own hands. You win your next 2 games, and worst case scenario, you're in a 6-red shootout. And that's if you're, you know, if Scott and Matt won both their games as well. Remember, we've got the, you know, the number 1 player playing tonight as well. Now, if you know, if a golden break happens, that was going to happen anyway. But if they run out of 40 7-second break clearance here, which is much more doable than a 30-second one, which it could have been. They'll be kicking themselves.
Oh, I guess it's one of those where hindsight is very much 20/20.
Yeah. I just think that the likelihood of your opponent breaking dry and you getting the opportunity compared to you getting it, is it worth the risk? We're about to find out.
Yes, we are. Narrow cut break continues for Matt Cooke, who slams it. That's a bit nicer.
Oh, these are on. These are on. These yellows go. These yellows go. Doesn't have to take this one first.
He broke off at 49 seconds. He's now got 37 and ticking.
Can't allow the cue ball to move. He's played a poor shot there. Would have just held that and taken it to left centre.
Oh, hell of a pot.
Oh, he's put the 8-ball safe. I don't think he took the right choice of shot, first of all. It's hard to be critical at a guy that's rushing to try and make a 47-second break clearance, but he could have gone the other way and it would have been a little bit easier.
So on as even, they shake hands at 2-2. Nothing to split them. Raybone and Andy Blurton, Scott Yardley and Matt Cooke. A high-quality game for most of the match. And then it all got a little bit wobbly in frame number 4. But it ends on as even. And we're as you were at the start of the night.